So before we get into this video, I just quickly wanted to say this year I've coached 4 people, and out of those 4 people, 3 of them have gone on to be earning over $10,000 per month. Now, this isn't down to chance or luck. It's because when I coach people, I truly focus on what matters, not tactics, not outreach scripts, not sales scripts. We focus mainly on the mindset, all right? What are your daily routines looking like? What's your focus looking like? What are your beliefs looking like? What is your day-to-day actions looking like consistently? Because these are the things that are going to get you to the 10K per month goal or even further, wherever you're trying to get to. So if you are looking for someone to help you get your business to the next level and you think that could be me, in the description below, there's a link where you can book in a call with myself. And on this call, I simply want to understand, can I even help you? If I think I can, I'll explain how I can help you. And if not, on that call, I will give you some free advice that will point you in the right direction to get on track to hitting that 10K per month goal. So go ahead, click the link in the description at the end of this video to find out more about that. You can see testimonials from other people I've helped, all of that good stuff there. But with that being said, let's get into this video. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you take notes. And as always, implement what we're saying. This is some life-changing stuff. This is the information that helped Tyrell get to 10K per month. So if you copy this, you're gonna get similar results. I really hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you in my next one.
Yo guys, it's your boy Tyrell, also known as the Ecom Don, and in this video I've got an interview with the man himself, John Gab, going through just how you can take your agency from 0 to 6 figures. I actually had some outlandish goals. I thought it would take me 12 months. I spoke to John, he said no, stop being crazy, narrow it down to 3 months, smash it out and actually put in some real work. I didn't actually realize how lazy I was being personally and how misdirected I was being. I felt like I was stuck in a rat race, waking up in the morning, checking my phone, just getting all types of just no focus at all. And John's actually allowed me to narrow that focus and become successful, and since then I can't thank him enough. If you don't believe me, have a look at where I was in that video, and now have a look at the luxury apartment that I'm in right now. I've got insane views all around the city, a setup that you wouldn't even believe, and since then it's been absolutely crazy. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I share some amazing things, so make sure you watch it all the way through. Like, comment and share and subscribe.
Yo, what is going on everyone? It's John Gab here, and in today's video, I've got a really special video for you guys. I'm talking with Tyrell, otherwise known as T-Money, otherwise known as the Ecom Don on YouTube. I'll plug his links below.
Yes.
We're going to be talking with him today about what he kind of had to change with his mindset, as always, as we always say on this channel, to go from just kind of making 3K a month, kind of just getting by, to then in a few, how long was it, Tyrell?
Bro, I remember I told you, look, I want to make this by the end of the year. I came to you with the longest goal. I was like, John, I just wanna get it by the end of the day. If I get it by the end of the year, I'm happy. If I make minimum wage doing what I'm doing, I'm happy. And you was like, no, forget that. 3 months. I hit it in my second month, man.
Second month, yeah. Where did you get to in your second month, though?
So I went from 3K, and then in my second month, I hit 12K revenue.
Jeez.
So basically 10 grand profit. So
yeah, man. So what we're going to be talking about in this video is we're just, again, how we do these is really free flow, just asking questions, having a chat like with 2 friends talking. But what we really want to do, Tyrell, is just understand kind of what kind of shift did you have to go from where you was before to then just saying, you know what, let me try and hit this goal faster, kind of your journey there. But let's just get into this. Go from kind of where you was before. What was you doing before? What kind of experience did you have in entrepreneurship? And just kind of give us some background story in yourself, man.
All right. So when I first started out, as most people obviously in the agency group know, it took me like 3 years to get my first client, just because I was so lethargic. Like, I was the same type of guy. John definitely knows this. I'm the type of guy, if there's another opportunity, then I'm just onto it. Like, I'm always on to the next thing, And as soon as I started to structure and just focus on what I really want, and at least just get genuinely focused, I started to just gain. And me and John met at the agency, agency incubator, opening party in London. And it was Mia. And I was just drunk, we was just chatting, and obviously, but I was so waved, bro. I was so waved.
I didn't even know that, you know.
Dude, but yo, listen, I heard it was all on Tab. So I was just boo, 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 bro.
Them ones, when it's on tab, you can't say no.
Yeah, but on a serious note, those times was the times when I only had like, bro, I was worried about Amazon, bro. I was worried about bloody Amazon Prime. That's that.
Oh
Like
no.
I was that guy, bro. Like just living above my means. You know what I mean? Just I couldn't really pass by. I'll sign one or two clients, and then I'll just be grafting on those clients, grafting on those clients. You know, because even though my mentality is to deliver the best results for clients, you still got to have the right mindset. And that transition, as soon as I transitioned to that, I took a big risk with John. I pulled out the Amex and was like, forget this, I need to do something. And then since then, it's just been smooth sailing, man.
Yeah, man, because it's so interesting. Because when we first started working, when we first chatted, you said I want help with sales, right? And it was pretty soon into our coaching that I realized that, look, we can teach you the sales, but one thing we focused on from the very beginning was like your goals, your vision, where you're trying to get to. And what do you think it was by getting clear and gaining clarity on the vision and the goals of where you're trying to get to? Because I remember like very shortly after we got clear on that, that's when things started to change for you. It wasn't like, oh, this is my out. In fact, we didn't even talk about tactics. You had a completely different process for getting clients than me. You used Upwork and other methods, right? So we didn't do no tactics. We didn't do no any real things that most people look for, like the secrets, right? What do you think it was that getting clear on your vision and just tapping into your mindset kind of done for you?
Bro, it's a game changer, man. I don't know how you can put it. For me, like even if you go towards like friends, family, anything like that, it sounds fugazi, bro. It sounds fugazi, anything you want to put it. It sounds like complete BS. But then the thing is that when you really do want something and you select that goal and then you break it down to where the goal makes sense, you know, like at the time, 10 grand to me, I, I feel like I'm balling out, bro. I'll sign the $1,200 client. I'll take all my friends out for a meal because I feel like I feel like I'm the man. We'll all be at Shisha living our best life because I feel like, but now like 10 grand's nothing, and it's the mindset shift that you really get to. Like you came to me, you was like, Tyrell, like before, like based at the end of the mentorship is like, so what do you feel that helped you the most? It wasn't no sales tactics, it's not a sales script or anything like that. It's specifically having and understanding your goal and
Yeah.
your mindset. Once you make that shift, it just floods in. Everything just floods in.
100%, bro. And I think this is where like a lot of people, I think, even for yourself, right? You would, because you started to tap into your vision, you started to gain clarity on that. And I'm guessing before you got to this goal you're at now, you started to feel like you already had it. And I think this is something that I spoke with, obviously Vash, we were speaking about the other day, is you don't get the thing you're trying to get and then you start to be that guy. You be that guy and then you get the thing you want, right? So when you started to get clear on your vision, what kind of benefits did you feel from that? For the people watching, right, I know for a fact most of them do not have specificity behind their goals or their vision of where they're trying to get to. They're just, all right, let me just do outreach, right? And then one day they're up, the next day they're down. It's that inconsistency. So what was like kind of the biggest benefit you gained from that?
Whoever's watching this right now, yeah, I guarantee whoever's watching this has thought to themselves, I want to do the same outreach method I'm doing. They're going to try to jump on Upwork because they're going to think that's the quickest way to 10K. It's not like that, bro. I don't know. Even I was the same guy, bro. Ask Kybacks, ask anybody in the community. I was the next guy jumping on the next big thing. And as soon as you go and you set your goal, you're like, boom, I want to get this. And then you work backwards. So you're like, right, what do I need to do every month? And you work back, right, what do I need to do every day? And then you really narrow that down. So every day you're writing down those goals. Then step by step, you're just slowly progressing to that goal. And by the time you hit it, you think to myself, I should have set a bigger goal.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm trying to say as well. That's something we need to talk about more, is like setting those bigger goals, because numerous times now, I think everybody in the entrepreneurship space is like, their kind of first milestone is 10K per month, right? But then when you hit that, you're like, yo, I could have got more. But what else, like obviously Tyrell, since you've been doing this, you've had more opportunities opening up and stuff. What do you think is kind of like the number one thing that done that for you? Obviously we're talking broad right now, like mindset, vision, goal setting and stuff, but like what kind of what do you really think it was that made that happen? Because sometimes we look at it like, oh, it's luck or it's just kind of meant to be. But I believe it's when you start to change your internal world, right? You start to put those things out there, I guess, and then it starts to click. What do you think those were for you, man?
I'd say it's a multitude of things, and then when they come together, it makes it. But I'll just list them out for you right now. The first one is writing down your day the night before. That
Yeah.
stuff there is game changing, right? We're used to checking into work and being told what to do. Like even when we buy a course or whatever, we're still being told what to do. So you just want to make that shift to, yeah, I'm just gonna tell myself what to do. So to me, I feel like I'm just checking into work in the morning. I'm just opening my book. I've just got what I need to do just written down. And I focus on that, I get that done, and I enjoy the rest of my day. So that's the first thing. Once you do that, your brain's clear. Like you never got mind fog, you're not stressed out because you're already confident knowing that your day is just listed out. The next thing is preparing your night. Like I'm always the guy like to ask John like, okay, what do I do here? What do I do here? John's like, yo, listen to this. I'll go and I'll listen to it. He's like, do this. I'll go and I'll do it. So one of the things he mentioned was just listening to like kind of like podcasts, or like not even, if you want to go further into that, then you can listen to things that will really like reprogram your mind when you go and sleep. Those type of things. Even that, it sounds fugazi, it sounds fugazi, but that is the stuff that's going to get you to 10K. Because like if you ask me my goals right now, I can just list them out. You know, Tesla, penthouse, freedom, ecom investor. Like I can still list you out my goals from last month. You know, 10K per month. How am I going to get there? You know, I'm going to do 5 outreaches per day. I'm going to do 10 looms. Like I can list you. They just come out of your head, right?
That's what
And
I'm saying, man.
when you start doing those things, you start reading out your goals 3 times a day. So if you heard that notification on my on my thing right now, it says what's your goals. So I'll go in and I'll go through my goals and I'll recycle those goals what I've just listed out earlier 3 times per day. So if you literally just do that, write down your days the day before, you really get focused on what your goals are, and then you start to like reprogram your mind. If you don't want to do that, just listen to podcasts. Those type of things there, it changes everything.
Bro, that's what I'm trying to say. And again, like one common trend on my channel, people are going to start to notice. We never talk about tactics. My people I work with, if I'm going to coach them on my videos when I talk, I'm not telling Tyrell, look, do this specific script on your emails, do this for Upwork, right? We didn't talk about that because it does not matter. How many guys watching this right now, Tyrell, do you think have watched like hundreds of YouTube videos? They've been through online courses, right? They've spoke to people who can help them. They've got the advice, but they're not doing what you're doing, bro. They're not planning the next day. They're not reading over their goals. Like you got that alarm going off here that's reminding you, because what's at the top of your mind, you're going to start to attract to you, and you're starting to see it in your mind before you get it. So then it becomes normal for you. So like when you're doing that stuff, Tyrell, do you think that when you go day to day, kind of before, because I remember when we started working again, I said, what's your vision, right? And it wasn't very clear. So we got clear on the vision, we got clear on the goals. How would you say that impacted you day to day? Because I think most people watching this, they can probably relate to having like 1 or 2 good days, right? They're consistent, but then the next day they fall off. So how vital would you say it is to get in that kind of clarity on, and how does that impact your day-to-day grind? Because that's what it is, right? You look after your days, they look after the weeks, months, and years.
100%, bro. Like you need to, on a daily basis, you need to be not only just focusing on business as well. Because I feel like that's one of the main things that people speak about on the channel as well. In most, like we want to know about business, but you don't get that right downtime and max out, because that is when you will hit burnout. Like you will. Me personally, it's 3 to 5 things. Once they get done, I'm making sure that I'm having that rest time. Like I'm. You'll get people that will tell you don't play PS4. Me, that is my time. So I know that I'm smashing out all my work. I'm doing the best, hardest work I can do. And I'm sitting down, I'm playing PS4 for an hour.
Yeah,
So
bro. Yeah.
like that's how you're going to stay consistent. So don't just worry about the tasks that you got doing. Because at the start, it's a lot. You've got a lot on your plate. Like me, I had a whole wall. I think if John, if I can send you a picture, I'll send it to you now. You can put it in the video, right? But I had a whole wall full of like notes, and I didn't go through in one day and try just boom, like smash out all those tasks. Each day I just looked around the wall and I was write down 3 things, and I'd go and I'd get them done. And then after that, I'm chilling. You know, just like you said, weekends, phone off. You know, that phone point that you said, that's a game changer as well. Turn off your phone in the morning. On the weekends, I don't chat to anyone. My clients,
Yeah.
they don't even bother me. You know what I mean? So those type of things, it's the right way to go about things.
So would you say that by gaining clarity on your vision as well, it's like kind of, it allows you to be more relaxed in the process, right? And I think there's, you know, we can all relate to this, where even for myself, bro, I was trying to, like, last week, I'm like, oh, I need to get more meetings. I need to get more meetings. Take a step back. I'm like, you know what? Forget it, right? I let my energy just do its thing. 7 meetings booked last week. So I think what it comes down to is when you have that clear intention in your mind, you don't care about the day to day and the how to. You just go, look, this is where I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get a Tesla, trying to move into the penthouse, trying to hit 10K a month. You can just let it be. Then you're not sitting there worrying. So, like, let's say on your weekend, you're not like, oh fuck, like, where's these clients coming from this week, man? What am I gonna? You're just like chilling because you know it's happened, right? You have confidence in yourself because you know where you're going and you're doing the actions to get there. Is that kind of what you felt on this kind of journey?
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like, as long as there was a time when I was just in my house and I'm just smashing out outreach, nothing's flowing.
Yeah.
I just had to look back and look at myself and be like, look, I can be confident that I've done all I can do, to make a change. Like, you can't look at yourself and feel some type of way about things that are outside of your control. You know, it's outside of your control whether that client responds or not. That's outside your control. What's in your control is whether you slid in them DMs or not. That's in your control.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you.
Like,
No,
unless you're like, you can never come and tell me like about, oh, I haven't managed to get clients, anything like that, unless you came and you've told me, right, right, how many clients you reached out on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Did you have a slight dip on Friday? And was you doing more on Monday? Like, where we find this breach? Where's the data? Show me how many messages have you sent?
bro, yo, that is spot on right there. And again, it comes down to this, right? Like, let's say, for example, whoever's watching this right now, you're trying to set up your business, whether it's an agency, whatever it's going to be for you. Like we say, man, there's videos on my channel right now where I literally walk you step by step how to set up your agency, whatever it is going to be, right? The steps are easy to follow. Like, it's this simple. Again, you get in contact with businesses, email them, set up an Upwork account, LinkedIn, yeah. You get them on a sales call, right? You practice sales, go and learn from Jordan Belfort or wherever you learn from. And then you have a service delivery. Either you do it yourself or you get a team member. Like, it couldn't be more simple. But like you were saying, Tyrell, how many days can you go without going into your inbox, seeing no responses and letting that knock your confidence when you go, oh, fuck this, I'm just going to watch Netflix all day. And then that day, it's like, the thing is, Tyrell, yeah, we can do that, right? We can have a day where we can completely fuck off the day. But the problem is, if we haven't done the things we've told ourselves in our back of our mind, we know, oh, well, I don't have confidence in myself now. And that starts to impact your results you're getting, because you're telling yourself, well, I don't deserve the client because I haven't done the outreach, right?
Exactly. And like, when you knock out these small tasks, so when you go down, you set out your goal, you've got your goal written down in front of you, you read it 3 times a day, you smash out those daily tasks, that voice in your head that tells you you're slacking, it gets louder and it gets louder and louder and louder, to the point where you can't sit down and watch TV. You can't do these things until you quiet down that voice. And the way to train that voice and to get it louder is to start smashing out the tasks, the lower end tasks, setting that goal, and sooner or later that voice gets loud, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't think there's many millionaires that you can get to sit down and watch TV, because that voice is loud.
Look at the tattoo, bro. No slacking, man. No slacking, bro. You get me? So that's what it comes down to, bro. It's like slacking, yeah. Definition of slacking is losing consistency, losing momentum, right? Yeah. But one thing I know from the people I've worked with, one thing I know from people I've observed, or even with myself, it's that momentum that is what fucking gets you the results. Because again, you can be doing, if you're just doing like 10 outreach every day for 100 days, something's going to click, something's going to bite, yeah, and that's going to build the foundation, and then you build off that. But it's those days, man, where you're not doing the work, or like you're having those kind of doubts in your mind. But going kind of back to where you was before then, so let's say like 3 years, Tyrell's trying to make money online, he's trying to hit this 10K goal, yeah. What do you think it was? I know we kind of touched on this question before, but it's interesting for me as well, like how you was just kind of struggling to get by. And even I experienced this myself. I struggled for 3 years trying to make money online, and then eventually, boom, something clicks. do you think it's the actions that you do that then make you think differently about yourself, or do you think it's you think differently about yourself which makes you to take bigger action? Like, what do you think it all comes down to? Because for me, I think it begins with how you first start to view yourself and how you think about stuff, right? But what do you think about that, man?
There's a time when, like, bro, there's a time, like, I don't know, whoever's watching this right now as well, yeah, look around, look at your friends, look at your family, look at your acquaintances, yeah, and look at where they are and how they got to that place, bro. Because I'm telling you, everybody has the opportunities to be successful. You know, the bit that hit me was when my dad told me a story about when he was really successful and he let it slip. You know, my uncle told me the same story, like he was very successful and he let it slip. So then there's no doubt that nobody there's nobody that can't be successful, right? So then you need to look at yourself. You need to look at yourself and think, cool, have I had my opportunity yet? Yes or no? And then if it's yes, it's how can I get that again? If it's no, it's how can I get that and keep that? So to me, I just had to just look at myself and think, right, I want this goal. It is something I'm going to achieve, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to achieve it. And it's as simple as that. Like, everything else goes out the window. From when you make that decision, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're just like, bro, I'm going to get this. After you do that, game changer.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, it's that commitment there, isn't it? Because you get people that are like, and I guess you can relate to this. Like, going back to the question for myself when I was struggling for 3 years, and even yourself, we probably look back and we're like, yo, I wasn't all in, because I was doubting myself. I was mid work session clicking on Facebook because I had doubts in it, and it's like things weren't going right. So let me just go and do something that's gonna relieve the pain, right? I'm not getting the clients, and we just click on Facebook and again we try and justify it. Maybe I remember I would do things like I'll be doing outreach and then I'll be like, oh well, it's not working out the way I want. I'll go into a Facebook group because that's going to help me boost my, and then you go in there, you start comparing yourself. But when you have that true inner confidence, right, like you said, and you said you committed, it's like there's a question, there's this interview I saw, and he goes, his mentor asked him, right, are you interested or are you committed?
Yeah, that's
are you interested or are you committed, right? And I guarantee you, so many people that aren't winning right now, they're not committed. It's that simple, right? They're just interested. They're like, I kind of want to set up a business, right? And you see it like when, you know, you see it in Facebook groups where people will be like, I'm going to try and get to 10K a month, right? Well, you're not going to get there because trying is not enough. You need to be fucking committed, man.
No, it's because they don't feel like they're worthy.
Yeah, self-identity, right?
Yeah, you don't feel like you deserve it. Well, I'm telling you right now, you fucking everybody deserves it. Everybody deserves 10K because as soon as that accountant comes to you, it's not 10K anymore. So then you need 20, then you need 30. So 10K is nothing.
I'm telling you,
it's change.
See, that's gonna go over a lot of people's head right there. When we say that, right, we're like £10,000 a month is nothing, right? And again, this is kind of where you got to think bigger, because as you get to those levels on your journey where you're hitting more and more numbers, like last month, bro, I had one of my most successful months. Yeah, one client paid me a lot of money, but when I got paid that money, yeah, this is what happened. Retainer comes through. I look at it, yeah, my commission. I'm like, cool. Go and just anchor that, because I'm like, yeah, it's an achievement. Straight back to work till 7 o'clock that day. You know?
There you go. No shortcuts, bro. If anything, I'll have a dessert.
Yeah, bro, you're a joker, bro.
If I'm in Amsterdam, I'll have a spliff. And I say I'm back to it next morning. Boom.
But that's it. That's it though. Straight up. Like you don't, and again, it's like when I see this number touch my account, I'm like looking at it, I'm like, that's a nice number, yeah. But I've seen it in my mind so many times now, I'm used to it. But when I hit my 15K month year last year, when I hit that number, I wasn't ready for it. And I sabotaged myself and I went back down. Yeah. So it's like, you need to prepare yourself again internally for when you hit these results. Because I'm guessing even for you, Tyrell, when you started to hit them 10K months, you're like, yo, like, is this real life? And then you start to kind of second think it, but you've got to get that internal world fixed before you get it, man.
Bro, when it hit, I went and I spent 6K in 1 month, bro. I was doing daft stuff, yeah. I said I was just doing like doing them things, yeah. And I was deep to it. I was like, I'm just doing this stuff to make myself feel like the person I already am in it. Like I was,
yeah, bro. That's
you know
it.
What I mean, like you want to be, everyone wants to be the guy, bro. But
of course, man. But I'm sure now, like it's again, like I'm out here, I'm living in Amsterdam, making more money than I ever made, yeah. And I'm just like, all the things I thought I'd be doing when I got here, I'm not doing now, right? Because again, it's like it's kind of hard for people. You won't understand it until you go through the paradigm. But like,
It's weird, bro. It's
it's
weird.
proper weird. Yeah, it is weird, isn't it? It's weird.
John. I'm gonna ask you a question now.
Go ahead, man.
When you thought about, so before you made any money, yeah, when you first had that thought of that initial goal of, right, I want to go to Amsterdam, what was you doing in Amsterdam?
Going out, smoking weed, enjoying myself, like eating out every single night, but mainly just getting high, mainly smoking weed every day. Yeah.
Was that guy gonna get you to that goal?
No way, bro.
There
No,
you
no.
go.
There we go. You just nailed it, bro. But since I came out here, yeah, bro, imagine I came out here. I came out here. I smoked for a few days when I came out here, yeah. But then I said to myself, nah, this is I'm sabotage. I could see it clearly. I was so I've quit now. I haven't smoked for like, I think it's been like what 3 weeks now, and I know I'm not gonna go back. I know when I'm in Amsterdam, I'm not gonna smoke. And again, it's such a fine kind of delicate line, right? But we think, oh, you know, I could smoke a bit of weed, yeah, I could do it, right? But no, because you're telling yourself subconsciously, right? I don't want this bad enough, yeah.
Exactly.
If it impacts you, of course, right? But yeah, man.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Because you now are in a position where you can be the man for a couple of days. Like you can go on a complete bender and you're going to make more money during that bender than than being the guy that would have got you there. Like, so even me, right, I'll tell you the same thing. When I thought about making 10K and doing all these things, I would be the guy out there, you know, like popping bottles, looking at my Stripe account, like, yeah, I'm the man. I'll go like gamble, go on little gambling trips and that. I thought, yeah, that's what it's about. And when you make it, you realize, oh, it's a bit boring, really, isn't it?
But it's literally that. And again, it's, you know, if you're going to be that guy, you can't sustain that lifestyle. And again, I think the whole point of the journey is working on yourself. Again, it all comes back to the mindset, right? Your internal world. If your internal world is fucked, and again, this is another interesting topic, right? You can become successful, right, by luck. You can get a few clients that pay you, you know, good money. You're making good money. But like myself, when I hit my biggest month last year, I done that, yeah. But I in a way, I felt like I kind of got lucky. I worked really fucking hard, and it kind of happened by chance. Where I was like working really hard, like really pushing myself. But my internal world wasn't ready for that, so I kind of went back down. But now it's like, because I'm seeing myself, I'm the guy where I hit my biggest month, and I'm just like, it's normal, right? Let me get back to it, and it's just neutral.
Bro, you're right. It's a chart, and I've got to show you this chart. Sam Evans found it online, right? It's like you have like the months where you hit like your point, and that's like your point, and then you just drop down. Boom.
Yeah, I know the one you're on about.
You hit a point, you hit a crash. Hit a point, you hit a crash. Yeah. So to smash through those points is when you just got to just devalue that lower point, and then like the 15K now is like where you feel broke. So now you're going up, but you know what I mean?
That's what it comes down to, and I think Sam Ovens talks about that. Yeah, it's like you don't get your biggest dreams and goals, you get your lowest standards. So if you're like, oh, I want to hit 10K a month, but your lowest standard is sleeping in every day, messing your days around, procrastinating, going on Netflix, well, you're not going to get shit. Reality is that you can kid yourself and try and tell yourself like, no, I'll do it. It will come. It won't. And not until you change that lowest standard, where your lowest standards is looking at people like myself and Tyrell or whoever else you watch, and asking them like, what do you do day to day? Like, what do your routines look like? What do your disciplines look like? And then doing that. Because like, I'm sure you do, Tyrell. We both listen to people above us. Like, you're listening to Andy Frisella before this. I listened to one of my biggest mentors, like Ed Milet. These guys, man, I listen to this Ed Milet's worth 400 million. So when he's saying, do this, I'm going to do that, right? So it's that simple. But I know, again, it does take a bit of time. It's a process. But if you're not doing those things, it knocks your confidence, man.
All right, here's the thing for anyone viewing, right? Because at this stage, if I was watching this, I know I'd be looking for the next big thing, right? I'd still be thinking, right, yo, all right, cool, great for you, but what about me? Like, great for you, but what about me? So what I'm saying to you guys is I'm going to get John to put a cheat sheet down below. It's going to be a free download, and it's going to have like a planner there. Yeah, it's going to be a daily planner. And all you got to do is copy and paste that. And you need to make sure you plan out each one of those days. If you can do that for 70 days and then come to me and complain. If you can't, don't complain. I don't want to hear none of it, right? The next thing is, let me tell you a little story about myself, right? Because I got, if this relates to you, this relates to you and that. But So when I said 3 years ago, that was the same time I actually had an Upwork account 3 years ago as well.
No
And
way.
I was that lazy. I was that lazy, bro. In my like at these times, I was still at uni as well. I was that lazy that even when I applied for Upwork, I didn't even realize I got accepted to it until a month later. So I still thought that I didn't even have Upwork. Like I thought, like, oh, I applied and they didn't accept me because I couldn't be asked to look. Like that's how
Yeah, bro.
lazy it was. And like, if you go back to the applications I sent, so in terms of this is like an application Upwork is just like applying for basically like applying for a job, but you're applying for a contract, right? Now, I applied for like 10 in the space of like 2 months because I was so scared of spending money. Like I was so scared of like, I was like, I don't want to spend £14 a month, but I'd go spend £200 on a night out, but I don't
Yeah.
want to spend £14 a month. Now, in those 3 months, I spent like what, £5 on my business and I applied for like, let's say 20 contracts. Fast forward it to when I was accelerating my business, I'm still accelerating my business. I was applying to 20 a day. So look at the difference between like those times, and
Yeah.
that just basically explains how you accelerate so quick.
Yeah, man. And I think as well, again, it's like, it's not that you couldn't have done that before. And people will look at that, like, even I used to look at that as like, oh, he's just kind of like, even you're saying there, you're lazy or, whatever. But the way I look at it is like, you don't see yourself as somebody who deserves it. Because if you fully believe, right, and if you, again, it comes down to beliefs, vision, goals, clarity. If you don't believe that this is going to work out for me, you take small action, right? It becomes with the belief. Once your belief is aligned, it's like, if I said to you, Tyrell, man, 100%, if you go and buy that lottery ticket right now, you're going to win £1 million. You wouldn't not buy it, right? And it's the
Yeah,
same. It's like when you look at people, however they're doing it, let's say Upwork, if there's other people on Upwork making 10K a month, you need to let that fuel you and drive you because it's possible. But what most people do is they look at it and they're like, oh man, they just, again, they're interested. They're not committed to it. Then they put in
yeah,
half-ass actions, they get half-ass results, and then they just go back to their old ways. And it's like a spiral. It's like, oh, I'll go for it. Nope, I'll go back down, right? I'll go for it. No, it's not working out. And it's just it's like a never-ending loop of just going for it and then going back on yourself.
exactly, bro. It's all about perspective. Like, are you looking at me and you? Well, who other people we got in the industry? Who are like me, you. We've got like Iman, and then you've got whoever else you guys are following, right? Go through your YouTube, look at who you're following, right? And are you looking at those guys like you can reach them, like you can do better than them? Or are you looking at these guys like they're on some big pedestal? Because they're not, they're human. Like it's the same as you. You can get whatever they've achieved, no matter whether you're too old or too young, bro.
It's real talk, man. And again, it's like, even when people view this video right now, they might be looking at it like, oh, what are the secrets? Like, how do I set up my agency? Like, again, you know the tactics, you know what to do. Why are you not doing it? And I know for a fact, like 90% of the people watching this are not going after there's 100%, right? And that's your answer right there. Stop looking for the secret outreach script. I see it in, like, you go on Facebook, Tyrell, right? And you see these coaches or gurus, and they're like, yo, comment below for my secret outreach method. And then they're commenting. And I've seen some people, I'm like, I know that you've messaged me about doing email outreach before. Why are you trying to find a LinkedIn special outreach method? It's like,
No,
I've been there before, but it's just, you get confused by these people trying to sell you on the tactics and the tricks. There are none.
there is none, bro. If you really want to know what I did, I unfollowed everyone on my Instagram.
Yeah, that's
Everyone.
a tactic right there, man.
Bro, that's one tactic. If you really want to know what to do, I'll list it out for you right now. Unfollow everyone on your Instagram, your mom, your dad, your cousin, auntie, that doesn't associate to where your goal is. So once you've got it, if it's 10K, anybody that can affect you in any type of way that will stop you from getting to that goal, get rid of them, right?
100%.
Go on Facebook, same thing. If somebody's saying email outreach and you do Instagram DM, unfollow them. If they say they do something else, unfollow them. If they do trading,
100%, man.
you do, you know what I mean? If they do trading,
Oh, that's
you
real
do
advice,
income,
man.
unfollow them, bro. Like,
That's real advice right there, man.
exactly, because I can now come out, I can now say to you guys, look at the secret, it's Upwork. And you're gonna go and chase it.
Yeah, bro. Tyrell could come out today and be like, I've got an Upwork course. Here's how I grew my agency. Here's the secret. I use Upwork. And you'd be like, oh yeah, it must be that because email's not working. But then John's gonna come around and go, I used emails to get my clients. And then you're gonna be, oh, well, Upwork didn't work. Let me try emails. And again, like you said, bro, with the Instagram thing, like I don't even know my Facebook password now. I can't access it right now. I don't know how. I've typed in some long password. I forgot it. If I need to do it, I need to forgot password. They send me a link to my phone, and I'm not gonna do that, right? So I'm making it so hard for myself to not do these things that just don't add value to me. But again, that kind of all comes down to like just working on yourself. Like stop looking for external validation. Stop looking for the next secret or the next method to grow your business, right? It's all within, you know, and we've mentioned this so many times, right? I want this interview to be kind of short and straight to the point so they can go back and apply it. I want to ask you this, Tyrell. What's the top 3 pieces of advice you would give to people right now, yeah, to take away from?
Because I was about to ask you the same question. 3. I was about to say, if you can list it into 3 things, I'll do it and you do it, yeah?
All right, you go first, yeah, and I'll give you my 3 as well, right?
The trick is though, yeah, you can't say what I've already said. You can't agree with it.
All right, so, that's cool, that's cool.
It's technically 6 things.
So they're going to be 6, yeah, they're going to get overwhelmed.
I'm going to say, first thing you need to do is, like I said, list out your days the day before. Second thing, I want to say, identify your goal. And like, so identify, but when I say identify, I don't mean be like lazy with it. Have a look at John's last video, put the thing up above. Follow that, because that is gold. Like literally list it out. Boom, 10K, 15K, 20K. Don't just say 10K. That's not a lot. Say 30K. Something like that. And really break it down, right? And the third thing I'd say is enjoy it. That's what I'd actually say. And find a way of structuring your day so you actually enjoy it. That's what I'd say.
Even I like that last tip, man. That's a big one, enjoying it. So I would say for myself, first thing, yeah, is gain clarity on your vision, right? Now, kind of similar to the goal setting one, but a vision is like, what does your life look like in a year from now or 6 months from now, yeah? How does your business look like? How much money are you making? How do you feel? How are you thinking, right? How are you behaving?
And what did you tell me as well? You said, oh, what something like, who is the John that is making this much? That one's key.
Yeah, exactly. So like who is the highest version of yourself making that money, right? So I remember, yeah, like I said to Tyrell, like, Tyrell, who is Tyrell making 10K a month, right? And that comes down to like, there's 3 things that comes down to: how you think, how you feel, and how you act, because that is your personality. This is from Joe Dispenza, isn't it? But how you think, feel, and act is your personality, and that your personality creates your personal reality. I'm not going to go deep on this right now, but that's first thing. Get super clear on your vision of where you're trying to get to and who you are as a person. Second thing I would say is really work on your self-identity. And these are things I'm applying to myself now. I'm still working on my vision and gaining clarity on it. Self-identity, right? Always be questioning yourself. Like, what is it that's holding me back right now? You know, again, going into the self-identity thing, like, where do you have friction in your life? Where's the resistance? Ask yourself that. So like for one of mine, for example, I didn't truly understand Facebook ads. So I noticed on sales calls, it's impacted that. So I said, all right, cool. This is friction. Let me learn about Facebook ads. Boom. The friction's gone now. The last one I would say is, oh, that's another, what could I say, man? I would say have powerful routines in place, man. You know, so you got to have the vision, you got to have the good identity, but routines, like what time are you waking up? What time are you doing deep work from? You know, all of that stuff, structure it out, set goals, because that's what's going to allow you to make your whole journey easier. But there's so many other things we could touch on, but they're just some of
on that. I've got something that'll be super valuable for your audience, right? I don't know whether you need to make a video out of it or like a PDF, right? But do it so you can structure it in your Apple calendar. So I don't know do you already do that, John? Where you structure in your calendar with the
my day-to-day actions.
Yeah. Day-to-day routine.
You got, bro. It's like if you don't schedule it, yeah. There's this quote. I'm sure you read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Cold.
Don't prioritize your schedule. Schedule your priorities, man.
Exactly. You know? So we'll make like a little PDF or something, like a step-by-step guide of how to actually do it. When I first did it, obviously this is stuff that I do. When I first did it, it was very confusing, but you can make it easy. Once you do it, it's hard to break out of it when your phone's pinging like boom, boom, boom.
Bro, I need to make a video on that, man. I think it'd be easier to explain in a video, but
yeah, make a video.
Yeah, man. I think other than that, Tyrell, like, have you got anything else you want to say about people that are watching this right now? they're trying to get to that goal they're trying to get to, but they're stuck. Other than booking a call with me, what else can they do?
Booking a call, me not joking. Go back to your last, because this is the one that really helped me. You got another interview with Vash.
Yeah, Bash.
Yeah, listen to what Vash says, man. Write it down, because that stuff there, Vash will go through everything that you need to know. Once you do that and you get the ball rolling, when you start making money, then start booking calls in with people, right? Don't come to me, don't come to John Gab unless you've already got a business to
You got the
change.
foundations in place,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's
I'm
real.
not, because all I'm gonna do is give you YouTube videos. If you come to me and ask me for the foundations, I'll give you YouTube videos. But anything, come to
That's
me for e-com, and I'll give you a free course like that, because that's what you need to have the foundations. Like, we can't decorate your house if you have no house. That's
Bro,
it.
that's it. And even when people do apply to coach with me or even yourself, right? If you don't have the foundations in place from the free information, you don't need a coach right now. You just need to get the ball rolling, implement it, get to whatever, like 5K a month, 10K a month, then seek outside advice. Because the beginning is easy, but it's the beginning bit's easy, but it's the keeping it up. So you get a coach to say, show me a bit more along your way.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
Tyrell, where can they find you, man?
Bro, you can find me at ecommercementoring.com, and you can find me at Tyrell_AB on Instagram. And that's about it, guys. That's it.
Right.
Streamline.
I'll put those links below. But yeah, Tyrell, thank you for coming on on this interview with me. It's been a pleasure chatting with you, and yeah, wishing you more success. And yeah, guys, subscribe to Tyrell's channel as well. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video.
Peace.